Hey, what's up you guys? It's me, True Brilliance, back with a video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Mars, okay? We're going to be talking about that masculine energy and how it expresses itself in the natal chart. Now, your Mars placement is very important. A lot of the times it's often overlooked by astrologers or just by the average person when looking at your natal chart. But our Mars energy, it talks about how we express our masculinity, and it talks about how we go after our desires, how we go after achieving what it is that we want. So Mars actually plays a major role in manifesting. You know how when they say you put it out into the universe what it is that you want, right? So that's mainly like Venus. Venus is our desires as well. Venus is what we want, what we are attracted to, okay? So obviously what we are attracted to is what we want to experience in our reality. So Venus is kind of like a wish that we make. It's like a wish, us wishing upon a star. Like, I would like to experience this reality. I would like to experience this lover. I would like to experience this person, right? And then Mars is the actions and the steps that you take in order to achieve that, because you know how they always say you ask for something and then you have to take action. Okay, so Mars is the actual taking action. Okay, you just can't wish for stuff or want stuff but don't take action in your reality in order to get it. So taking action and the desire of wanting to obtain something work hand in hand. So Venus is wanting to obtain something and wanting to have something, because remember, Venus is I have, right? And Mars is how you go about getting what it is that you will eventually have, okay? So you have to take action in order to achieve your desires. So that is what we're going to talk about, getting into the Mars placements. Now, some people are really at a huge advantage when it comes to their Mars placements. In my opinion, the best Mars placements are Mars in Capricorn, Mars in Aries, Mars in Scorpio, and Mars in Leo. To me, those are the four most powerful Mars placements, okay? Now, the weakest Mars placements are Mars in Cancer, which I have, Mars in Cancer, Mars in Taurus, Mars in Libra, and Mars in Pisces, okay? I would say would be like the weakest Mars placements, okay? The weak Mars placements are strong in other areas, and I will talk about that when we get into the Mars series. So let's talk about rulership of Mars. Mars naturally rules Aries and Scorpio, okay? So Aries is external Mars and Scorpio is internal Mars, okay? So this is why they say Scorpio is intense, okay? So because it's an inner tension, okay? That's Mars. Okay, the inner buildup, the fire building up inside of yourself. It's passion. That's what Mars and Scorpio is. Okay, Mars is exalted in Capricorn. Okay, so Mars does very well in Capricorn. I think Mars in Capricorn is almost the strongest Mars placement. I've seen Mars in Capricorn in action, and it's very powerful. And Mars falls in, oh, it's in detriment in Libra, and it falls in Cancer, okay? And that's because Cancer is the opposite of its exaltation, and Libra is the opposite of its home, which is in Aries, okay? Taurus as well, because it naturally rules Scorpio as well, okay? So we're going to get into Mars through all of the signs for you guys to understand your Mars placement better and how your Mars energy expresses itself. One thing that you need to learn about your Mars is do not fight against your Mars, okay? That's not going to get you anywhere in life, fighting against your Mars. If anybody knows this, it's me with my Mars in Cancer. You have to learn how to go with the flow of your Mars placement, and you just gotta kind of accept your losses. If you have a weak Mars placement, you have to accept your losses and learn how to work within the energy of that sign, okay, if you want to get anything done at all. Mars also rules your energy levels, okay? So this is another thing that a lot of people don't know, is that Mars rules your energy levels, okay? So people that like have Mars in Cancer or Mars in Taurus, they have very low energy levels, okay? So they may need to exercise more or just do things to become more active because they can have low vitality. So when your Mars is in like a feminine sign, you can have low vitality. You don't have that much energy. People that have like Mars and fire signs, you'll notice that they're very energetic. They have a lot of energy to burn. Sometimes it's hard for them to sit still. Okay, Mars also rules our sexuality. People don't talk about this, but Mars rules how we express our sexuality, okay? Because if you think about it, the sexual act is something that is very Mars-like in nature because you're exerting your energy, right? That's why people sweat. That's why people are hot. That's why people are out of breath. That's why it feels like, you know, afterwards, like you just got done running miles, okay, at the park. You're tired, right? You're tired after it. So that's why literally Mars rules sex, and a lot of people don't know about that, okay? But Mars rules how we like doing that, and it also rules what we are attracted to when doing that, and what turns us on, what gets our fire going, because Mars is our inner fire. So it's our fire and desire. Y'all know what I mean. So this is what gets our engines going, okay? We are going to be talking about that as well when discussing the Mars placements. Okay, so now we're going to get into Mars in Scorpio. Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie, Mars in Scorpio is one of my favorite Mars placements for many reasons. Most importantly, because I'm a Mars in Cancer. So you guys know we got that synastry going on. We got that trine going on between our Mars signs. So that's a lot of the reasons why I love Mars in Scorpio, but I also think it's a very, very powerful placement. And we're going to talk about why that is in this segment, okay? So, of course, Mars is powerful in Scorpio because it's at home, obviously. But I really think the way that Mars in Scorpio goes about getting what they want is very powerful, because you guys have to remember Scorpio is a sign of secrets, okay? And Mars is our actions, how we take action on things, how we get and achieve what it is that we want. So when you have Mars in Scorpio, you have a very strategic person who plots and plans on what it is that they want, but they keep quiet about it. They don't let people know what it is that they are going after or what it is that they are trying to achieve. And this is a huge part of their power, the fact that they know how to keep secrets about their desires. So if you guys have been watching my channel, you guys may have watched a video of mine that I did about the feminine energy and how the feminine energy manifests. I'll probably link the video down below if you guys want to watch it, but that video really reminds me a lot of Mars and Scorpio energy, because I talked about how you have to keep your manifestations quiet and on the down low. You can't go around telling everybody what it is that you want to create or what it is that you want to manifest, because other people are going to put their energy into it. They're going to put their negative vibes into it, and it's going to mess up what you have going on. Mars and Scorpio succeeds at getting a lot of the things that they want because they know how to keep quiet about it and not broadcast it to the world. They move in secrecy. They move in privacy. They move in a way that you don't know what the hell that they're doing. And then they just pop up out of nowhere and they have all this success, or they have all this money, or they have all these things, and you're wondering how the hell they got it. That's because they know how to keep a secret about what it is that they're manifesting. So this is just one of the reasons why Mars and Scorpio is so powerful, okay? Because Mars and Scorpio will be working diligently behind the scenes and undercover and you won't even know what they're doing. So Mars and Scorpio is very secretive about their actions, okay? Which makes it so that they can go after what they want more powerfully, because they only have to worry about their intention and what it is they want. They don't have to worry about checking in with another person or worrying about what somebody else thinks. It's like, no, like they keep their intentions on the down low until it is achieved. And then once it is achieved, then of course everybody can know about it because you've already been successful at it. So I feel like that's a very powerful aspect of Mars and Scorpio. Okay, Mars and Scorpio is very determined. Of course, they have an extremely strong willpower, so they do not give up. You have to remember Scorpio is a fixed water sign, and all of the fixed signs are very fixed on their desires and what it is that they want to manifest. And usually they do not stop until they achieve what it is that they want. So usually, I mean, Mars and the fixed signs in general can do pretty well just because of the fixation of staying on something until it's complete, which Mars does do very well at that. I said in another video that Mars in the mutable signs like is the weakest because it spreads its attention in too many places and it lacks focus. But when Mars is in a fixed sign, it can focus on something. And in Scorpio, it has emotion behind it, which makes it even more powerful. This is why Scorpio is so powerful, because they add emotion and fire energy together. So they add ambition, inspiration, creativity in, and passion and drive in with their emotions, their emotional attachment to things and wanting to obtain things. When a Mars and Scorpio says that they're going to achieve something, you can bet your bottom dollar, you can bet your last dollar that they're going to achieve it. Like I would bet on a Mars and Scorpio person over anybody. Even a Mars in Capricorn person, I would bet on a Mars and Scorpio even more because they have that sheer raw determination. Now, when it comes to sexuality, this is a very powerful placement for the men and the women, even though the sexuality expresses in different ways, and really different ways in the men and the women. And the men with Mars and Scorpio, I feel like this is hands down. This is one of the best Mars placements for a man to have. No matter what he's into, what his sexuality is, it does not matter. A Mars and Scorpio man, when it comes to sexuality, is a force to be reckoned with. It's very powerful. These people are usually extremely sexual, even without trying. They do attract a lot of lust to them. They attract a lot of lust, and they do attract a lot of people that just want to like sleep with them and just want to have sex with them. Usually Mars and Scorpio men are very gifted, okay, and they're very blessed. You know, because Mars, I mean, Scorpio rules the sexual organs, okay? So to have Mars there, which rules the phallus, they are very blessed, okay? And even if they are not very blessed, they know what they're doing, okay? This is a very, very sexual placement, extremely sexual, okay? But these people have very long stamina, like not just when it comes to that, but to all things. And they're very seductive. Mars and Scorpio is one of the most seductive Mars signs. It probably is the most seductive Mars sign that you can have. I do think Mars and Scorpio and Mars and Cancer blend very well together because of the sensuality that they both hold in the water element. Now, when it comes to the women, this is a very powerful placement as well. The powerful sexuality stands for the women as well. These women are very magnetic, so they can just really just draw you in. And then once they catch you, they get you, they can just do whatever they want to do with you, okay? Because these women will usually hold the power over the men, especially in the bedroom. They're going to have the power, okay? So for the men out there that's interested in a Mars and Scorpio woman, you have to know that she's going to be pretty dominating as well. Mars and Scorpio women are very, very dominating. Very sensual, just very passionate. Both the men and the women, very passionate. Another thing that you need to watch out for with Mars and Scorpio is their anger, okay? So I talked a lot about passion, the passion that Mars and Scorpio has, but you do not want to piss a Mars and Scorpio person off. So this is the thing about them. They operate like a volcano. So a lot of people underestimate Mars and Scorpio. It's like they think just because they're quiet, because a lot of the times Mars and Scorpio people are very subdued with their actions and they're very undercover and they don't really show you what it is that they're doing. So a lot of people underestimate them and underestimate how powerful their actions are. But if you piss a Mars and Scorpio person off and you push them to the edge enough, because honestly, it does take a lot for a Mars and Scorpio person to explode on you, unless they have their Mars and Scorpio in a fire house. If they have their Mars and Scorpio in the 5th house, maybe the 9th house, definitely the 1st house, they're going to be a lot more of a hothead than somebody that has Mars and Scorpio in an earth house, you know, or a water house. But if you push a Mars and Scorpio person far enough, this is a battle that you don't want to go into, because Scorpio energy, they have reserves of energy that you don't even know about. So a lot of people can foolishly underestimate a Mars and Scorpio and what it is that they can do. But when it comes down time to protect themselves or defend themselves, just know that they can perform. And they can perform to the level of deathly levels, okay? Because they have power that will come out of them that they didn't even know was there. They have rage that can come out of them that they didn't even know was there. You didn't know it was there, and they didn't even know that was there, because Scorpio is a sign about survival. So it's like when you get into the mode where it's like life or death, Scorpio is going to perform, especially if they have Mars in Scorpio, okay? So I would not push this Mars placement to the edge. I would not. Another thing that I want to talk about with Mars and Scorpio is them being protectors. So these people are very, very protective over the people that they love. They will risk their life for their loved ones. They'll put their life on the line for their loved ones. They'll take a bullet for their loved ones. They are very, very protective. If they have an emotional bond with you, they are going to protect you with their life, their heart, and their soul. So these people make very good protectors, the women and the men. If it's the women, they're going to be protective over their children. They're also going to be protective over their spouse. Okay, so a Mars and Scorpio woman, you don't want to mess with her man, okay? Because she will come for your neck and your neck will be gone, okay? Just point blank. Mars and Scorpio men, they're going to protect their family to the death. Okay, this is a very protective energy. Overall, I mean, Mars and Scorpio people can really achieve whatever it is that they want in life. They can have whatever it is that they want in life, because a lot of the times Mars and Scorpio people use their intuition in order to get what it is that they want. So it's like they have a radar, okay? So they use their sixth sense, they use their intuition, they use their water energy to kind of sense out what it is that they should do and at what time, because again, Scorpio is a sign of survival. So they sense out what it is that they should do, and then once their intuition hits something that they want or that they want to achieve, they're going to zero in on that and they're going to have laser focus after that until they get what it is that they want, and they're not going to stop. So Mars and Scorpio can also be very stubborn and not want to let go of their desires, you know? And sometimes, I'm not going to lie, with Mars and Scorpio, it may take a long time sometimes for them to get what it is they want. But because they are a fixed energy and because they don't give up, they usually do achieve their desires. Okay, so this is an excellent Mars placement. All my Mars and Scorpio folks, put your Mars placement down below, what house it's in and what your experience is. I would love to hear it. Other than that, you guys go ahead and leave me your comments, book a reading with me, visit my website, it's in the description box, and I'll be talking to you guys soon.